12 hours later, man, we back at it, man. CamJNetwork and talk, man, with your boy, CamJNetwork, man. Got a good one for y'all this afternoon. Uh, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit today, man. I got some good content today, man, and definitely we're gonna run down the predictions for the Pro Box TV card with Erickson versus Ardrell Ardrell Holmes. And we're gonna run down the top ranked card tonight as well with Emmanuel Navarrete versus Charlie Suarez, man. That's gonna be a banger fight tonight, man. Emmanuel Navarrete was having issues yesterday on that scale, man. It was nasty work. It was definitely nasty work for sure, man. But we're gonna get I got several topics to talk about before we get into the predictions and the main topic. The main topic at hand today is, does Bud Crawford think Canelo Alvarez is fool? Yeah, I mean, I know right now we we know the algorithm trying to get me a little bit there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they get it together and get these people in here. Let me do something real quick. Let me go ahead and share this to my guys. Now we in here. Is this I'm not gonna type in here? Okay. All right. Let's do that, y'all. So, I gotta put that in there next time. So, all right, man. Playing with some more stuff on here, seeing what's popping. But let me share this to my guys real quick. Share to the game. All right, let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. So, the first topic of today's show, man. First topic. Top rank. Top rank is nearing their new platform currently right now. Right now. Um via from the source boxing scene, Top Rank will have 3 new broadcasters within the next few weeks. Um, Published by Declan Warrington, he said Bob Arum hopes that Top Rank will finalize its new broadcast agreement in the coming weeks. The promotional powerhouse contract with ESPN is to conclude by the end of July, 8 years after the start of a collaboration that at one point was intended to deliver 54 promotions a year. Despite suggestions regarding Top Rank's potential demise, Bob Arum expects the new broadcast picture they enter to have an increased numbers of dates than exist in their expiring agreement with the influential ESPN. He also was confident that Top Rank's fights will be broadcast on both free to air and streaming services, but played down the prospect of it had been rumored with the boxing circles, Top Rank working hand in hand with PBC, whose promotions have been featured on Amazon Prime, who, like Top Rank, are among the decreasing number of influential promoters not committing to the zone. So all of the rumors with Top Rank possibly working with the zone is dead, not happening, won't happen. You know what I mean? So y'all can end that whole conversation because Top Rank, they're not looking forward to putting their platform on the zone. They're not looking to go to the zone platform with their fights. And Bob Earl also says within the next few weeks, it's a little complicated because when we were with ESPN, it was one outlet, ESPN, and now there will be 3 outlets with Top Rank Boxing. More dates than we have now, both streaming and free to air. Our contract is over at the end of July, and then they asked him about a potential model with PBC. He said, Bob Earl said no, but we've always been open to collaborate with PBC. It's having their fighters fight our fighters. It's simple as that. So and then he went on to talk about Jared Anderson too as well. So Top Rank right now, man, they're currently in the process of putting their staple on a new platform, which is they're basically saying that they got 3 platforms to put their fights on. And remember, if y'all watch me in the past on videos that I spoke pertaining to Top Rank, um, finding them a new home to put their fights on, I said that Top Rank, they always been Bob Earl been on record trying to, he said he wants multiple platforms. And I've been saying that they wasn't going to go to the zone. I've been on record saying that, and he's clearly saying that in this right here, article right here from Boxing Scene, that he's basically saying that no, Top Rank, we're gonna have multiple platforms, and we're not messing with the zone. So, and we're gonna have more dates. They're gonna have more dates for fights. And so that's the thing. Top Rank, they want to be active as possible because they have a lot of fighters on their staple, and they're trying to have these guys, stay active as much as possible and keep everything rolling. So definitely interesting for Top Rank for sure, for them to end up making their move at their transition out of ESPN. And I is real interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm really wondering what platform they're going to deal with. You know what I mean? I honestly see that I can see Top Rank still working with Amazon Prime. Not PBC in particular, just they're just hand in hand with PBC, but I could see them definitely working with Amazon Prime. You gotta remember, you got guys like Nawa anyway, and a lot of those fighters from Japan, they have deals, putting their fights in Japan on through Amazon Prime Video. So Amazon Prime Video is still a prime spot for Top Rank. I still feel, of course, Bob Earl, he's being very discreet about what he's saying, for us in particular for the fight in general. For us, their plans for us, their fights for us, where they're going to put their fights on for us platform wise, but they definitely gotta figure the move out because they only got shit 2 months. You know what I mean? July. Like shit, they're gonna be done in July with them. Um okay. So that brings me on to the next topic. All right, so TKO Boxing COO Mark Shapiro stated that TKO Boxing, the Dana White and Turkey Ali Sheik, their new boxing league that they're coming out with, they're potentially planning to put on 12 cards a year, and 1 to 4 out of the 12 cards being super fight cards. And they also mentioned as well that it will not be called TKO Boxing. So the brand for the boxing league with Dana White and Turkey Ali Sheik, both of them are saying that pretty much that they're not going to have that TKO Boxing is not going to be the name for the league that they're creating right now. So real interesting. 12 events a year, 1 to 4. Interesting. I'm interested to see who is these fighters. Who is these fighters that's going to be on, on this, this league that they got going on, and what's the current situation for us? They're them trying to eliminate or change up the Muhammad Ali Act. I already said and been on record that them talking, them trying to deal away with the Muhammad Ali Act in boxing is not going to bode well. You got to get, the government, the Senate to sign off on that shit, and I just don't see them signing off on that. You know what I mean? And something that I seen with Fanon Boxing the other day. Salute this Fanon International Boxing over there on YouTube. He was mentioning everything that Muhammad Ali then went through and done and over his career and everything, and for them to make that law for boxing was specifically for everything that Muhammad Ali stood for in boxing, and that was real powerful. What he was speaking on the other day on this channel. And Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, salute everybody. Go subscribe to Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, man, for sure. That's family over there, man, for sure. But yeah, um it real powerful from Fanon what he was speaking about, as far as Muhammad Ali, you know, standing up for a lot of rights and a lot of different things in boxing. And you got TKO boxing, Dana White and daggone Turkey Alex Sheik, they trying to deal away. They trying to deal away with, the whole boxing realm, you know what I mean? A little bit. So far as Muhammad Ali Act. So we'll see, what they do, but real interesting to see no, Dana White and they're planning on 12 events a year for TKO boxing, and 1 to 4 out of the 12 events being super fight cards out of the 12 fights that they're going to throw each year. And they're not naming it TKO boxing. They're going to name it something different. Of course, once they come out with whatever name they come up with, of course, we're gonna come on the platform and we're definitely gonna, talk about it and bring it back up for sure, man. And brings me on to my next topic, man. Pitbull Cruz, the dog, man. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, man. Recently moved back down to 135 pounds. Now we just seen the jump with Pitbull Cruz moving back down from 140 to 135. And yes, I'm hearing that Pitbull Cruz is set to fight a rematch with Angel Ferrero on the Pacquiao Barrios card, July 19th. And it was so crazy. I was talking to my boy Doobie's Ring, man. Salute to my dog Doobie's Ring. I was talking to him on the phone last night, and I was like, I seen Pitbull Cruz. I seen this fight being mentioned about Pitbull Cruz and Angel Ferrero. And I'm like, I told Doobie, I'm like, man, real talk. Don't be surprised they put this fight on the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios card. And that's exactly what I'm hearing they're doing. Pitbull Cruz, he's his promoter technically is Manny Pacquiao, but they're Pitbull Cruz, he fights through PBC. So just a kind of easy thing just to put together, putting two and two together, Pitbull Cruz, coming back, fighting, Angel Ferrero in the month of July. Big fight card month of July right now, July 19th. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios makes a whole bunch of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? For them to go ahead and run that fight back too with Angel Ferrero, because that was a close fight. Some people thought Angel Ferrero won the fight, even though I thought Pitbull won, but it was a close fight. And them like that was a fight of the year candidate. I almost forgot about that fight because the recent fight that we had with Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben. But I almost forgot about that fight with Pitbull Cruz and Angel Ferrero. If y'all watched that first fight, that fight was a banger, a banger. Definitely a fight of the year candidate, and they running it back in the summer, July 19th. Love it, love it. Now I am questioning Why did Pitbull Cruz move back down from 140 to 135? I was questioning that, but I had to think in reality, Pitbull Cruz is really a small guy, short in stature. You know what I mean? Packs, a lot of impact far as him, far as his size, far as being short. You know what I'm saying? Him fighting 140 did his thing there, but I think he can go back down to 135 and have no problems. I don't think 140 was an issue for us him. I just think he's probably more comfortable fighting at 135. And I'm assuming that this fight with Pitbull Cruz and Angel Ferrero is going to be at 135 since the news came out a couple of days about Pitbull Cruz moving back down to the 135-pound division. So I'm definitely liking them running this fight back though, because that first fight with Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Ferrero early this year, fire, fire. Definitely a candidate for fight of the year for sure. You know what I mean? For sure. And I definitely like this fight on this card, man. This Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios card is building up to be a good one for real. Of course, last night, if y'all watched my live from last night, I mentioned Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is the main event for July 19th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And you're going to have Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu as the co-main event, the rematch of that fight from last year. And they're going to have Gary Anton Russell fight his mandatory Andy Hiroka on the court as well. I was hearing that, possibly PBC and Top Rank, they're negotiating to try to get Carlos Adames to fight Janet back, possibly. But Carlos Adames has a mandatory situation right now that he may have in play to where, I don't see that fight, or Carlos Adames fighting on this card in particular. But he may fight on the card, so we'll see. And I'll let everybody know what they're going to do for as Carlos Adames situation goes. But in particular, like I said, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu, Gary Anton Russell versus Andy Hiroka in his first title defense for the WBA at the 140-pound division, and Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Ferrero. Solid card. Solid card. The only fight I don't like on this card is the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. I gotta be real. I said it last night on the show last night. I do not like that fight, but it is what it is, y'all be. They running it. Manny Pacquiao coming off 4 years removed from fighting. And no, professionally. Let me say that professionally. Even though we seen him in that exhibition with that Japanese dude that Ryan Garcia was about to fight before he ended up fighting Rolly Romero, that Japanese dude was kicking Manny Pacquiao ass in there. He was putting belt to ass. Manny Pacquiao didn't look good. He looked gassed out there. He looked old. Feet work was not good. I'm like, Manny, stay your ass in the Philippines where you at, man. You know what I'm saying? You got money. You don't need to come back and fight, man. Let these young guys do their thing, man. But Manny Pacquiao getting back out there, and we'll see what he do against Mario Barrios. I don't think he gonna beat him, but I've seen some strange things in boxing. Anything can happen, man. That's one thing y'all gotta realize in boxing. Anything can happen in these fights, man. Any man can get beat on any given night, man, if they ain't on their shit 100%. That's just the truth of the matter, man. And that's why we talk about the fights, man. That's the love thing about the sport, man. Is we talk about the fights. We see the fights and we get to talk about them, man. So draws me into the next topic, man. I seen on Boxing Scene the other day. um Oscar De La Hoya says that he will never, ever, 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 ever stage a fight with Devin Haney. And I found that statement to be real interesting for real. Cause I'm like, Ryan Garcia is your fighter. We know that rematch gotta happen at some point. Cause we need to see who's better between those two guys. Why would you say such a thing? Or you just dependent on Turkey to fund that fight when they do decide to, get it cracking? I mean, you are already letting Turkey fund all the events anyway. You know what I'm saying? You done sold Ring Magazine to Turkey Al-Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? You done gave Turkey Al-Sheikh, like, here, Turkey, have my company, have Golden Boy, have Ring Magazine, Turkey. You know what I'm saying? So, if you talk about that from a financial aspect, I can see why. Because I mean, you don't, you're not, you're not funding a lot of your own events anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're not. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the matter for our Golden Boy promotions. You feel me? Like all their events, majority is funded by Turkey Al-Sheikh. He, you know what I'm saying? That man. Yeah, what more can I say to you? That man, so he sold his company to that guy pretty much. You know what I mean? So um real interesting for him to say this, and I'm gonna read a little bit with the article what he said. What he said. He said Oscar De La Hoya said, I won't waste my time with Devin because he runs and will continue running. He said, uh, what else he said? He said, Will, oh, he didn't talk about this. Okay. So, of course, you know, real interesting for him to say this because he basically saying the style of Devin Haney is the reason why he won't stage a fight with Devin Haney, pretty much. And he believed that Devin Haney is a shot fighter. He believed that he doesn't have any, any juice left in the tank. He think he's done. And this is coming from Oscar De La Hoya, a guy that is a Hall of Famer that won multiple titles, got all the accolades, then fought the best in boxing over his duration of his career. You know what I mean? Like he's saying this, and sometimes, yeah, some guys know in boxing they get to speaking on certain subjects and topics and stuff, and they will speak on their with their opinions with emotion. Now, is this the case for as Oscar De La Hoya? Is he speaking with his emotions for us? No, not wanting to work with Devin Haney, with staging any fights with Devin Haney. I believe I'm really like 60-40 with it. I think it's truth in what Oscar's saying. I mean, because like I said, he's a Hall of Famer. He's done everything in boxing. So sometimes with some of these boxers, sometimes they say wild shit at times, and I'll be like, man, I don't really care for that take from that, fighter right there. But no, sometimes you got to read between the lines and some of these fighters on what they be saying. And no, in this particular situation with Oscar De La Hoya right here, I just feel like he knows something. And at first, what I'm saying with the Haney fans, I told y'all, and I said it last night, that boxing track star shit is not going to work in this era of boxing. Not, with the algorithm, with how social media is, and just how the boxing world is right now. All things salute my brother, man. What's good, my dog? Like with how everything is set up in boxing now, we want to be entertained as fans. And nobody doesn't want to see that style of boxing with these guys running and not throwing no punches. Nobody don't want to see that shit. A lot of promoters is going to stray away from you guys. They're going to see that y'all have, as a brand in boxing, is not beneficial and it's not going to make them any money. And I mean, just look at the history of Devin Haney, though, for real, in reality, bro. We always knew Devin Haney wasn't much of a draw. You know what I mean? Um, Same guy that couldn't sell. He could. I mean, he's in his hometown fighting Regis Prograis. Does under 40,000 pay-per-view buys, and didn't even sell out his hometown in Oakland, even though he's from Henderson, Las Vegas, though. But I mean, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying in general. Like we know Devin Haney isn't much of a draw. I mean, just think of the example of last year when after the Ryan fight, the WBC, they ordered him to fight Sandor Martin, which the Sandor Martin was a guy that was taking step aside money twice. Sandor Martin took step aside money twice for Devin Haney to fight Regis Prograis and for Devin Haney to fight Ryan Garcia. And he like, oh no, this third time I want my shot at the title. Top Rank, they're pushing for the fight. And so, Devin Haney, they had a purse bid, and Top Rank was the only company to bid for Devin Haney's fight with Sandor Martin last year. Not no Eddie Hearn, not no PVC, not no Turkey Al Sheik, not no Frank Warren. You know what I'm saying? None of these guys. Only people was Top Rank. And the only reason why they did it was because Sandor Martin is a top ranked guy. Like he signed on the top rank. So they trying to get that belt in order. And Devin Haney, he vacated the title. And now that boy has no title. Now he's fighting at one. He's trying to campaign at 147, even though he just fought at a catch weight fighting at 144 with Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? Like still playing a little weight games. If you know what I'm saying, you understand. You get my drift. Like if you're gonna be campaigning at 147, we want to see you at 147. We don't want to see y'all with no catch weights. You know what I'm saying? The Haney fans, they the same guys that be killing Tank, talking about, oh, Tank, Tank be weight draining and weight draining fighters and all of this shit. When this man Devin is fighting he's been fighting a weight class that he should have never been fighting at. That nigga Devin fought at his whole career at 135, and he's fighting guys. And the Haney module fight short, older guys, not much of a long reach, and guys that's kind of heading out of their fucking prime. Even though he didn't get to do that with Jose, the only difference with Jose Ramirez was a guy that was tall, but everything I said for as being older, no, not athletic and being washed up. That's Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? And that's just how the Haneys get down, man. They pick and choose their fights wisely, very wisely. They've been doing it their whole entire career. You know what I mean? And the Haney fans, they don't want to see it their way. They don't want us to say, oh, the Haney got the best resume. He won. He won. He was undisputed, the youngest to be undisputed, and all of that. You know what I mean? Like they talk about all the accolades, but in reality, right now, you look at the status of Devin Haney and where he's at in his career, he's in a fucked up space right now. He's in a real fucked up space. Like a real Marquis, salute my brother, man. Salute to my dog Marquis, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin Haney's in a real fucked up spot right now because y'all been doing this shit where y'all been a free agent for the longest. And y'all been a free agent for the longest. And we sitting here like y'all moving around from promoter to promoter where these promoters, they don't even fuck with you guys. They don't fuck with you guys. I mean, you seen how Turkey Al Sheik already plays you cop, you know what I mean? Turkey Al Sheik already then put you on the undercard to Ryan Garcia. Like, and it shows the value that these guys feel about you guys. I mean, they don't think much of you. You don't have companies bidding on your fights and stuff and trying to press to, get Devin Haney to fight. Shit, before Devin Haney was, about to fight with Turkey Al Sheik on this last card last week, he was about to be fighting on BLK Prime, and that's the reality of it. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And that Devin Haney, the style of fighting that he had with Jose Ramirez is the exact reason why Oscar's saying, I don't want to stage a fight with Devin Haney because that's not what we want to see. We don't want to see guys that don't want to fight. Like, we don't want to see these guys that just want to run around the ring and try to get a check and just win. About running around the ring and not provide no offense, just all defense, no offense. Boxing doesn't want to see that. The promoters don't want to pay y'all the fight in that way. They don't want to pay y'all to fight in that way. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on. So that's just the fact of the matter, man. Like a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to. They don't. The promoters do not want to invest in these fighters becoming boxing track stars and not entertaining the fans and not putting up a fight. We want to see this boxing. You're going to get hit in the face. Y'all get paid millions of dollars to get hit in the face. to duck and and be defensive and hit other guys in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get paid millions of dollars to do this shit. Like, you're going to get hit. Yes, I love to see guys be, very defensive and you know, hit and not get hit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all Devin Haney fans being delusional, no, saying this the sweet science. That is not the sweet science of boxing. What we seen from Devin Haney last week. It's not. I mean, he had the lowest output of punches in the fight, him and Jose Ramirez, until Canelo and Skull came through Saturday night and stunk up the joint. You know what I mean? Just saying it's nasty work. Like, and that style of boxing is not going to be appreciated from boxing fans. It's not. Nobody gives a fuck about that boxing. It's track star shit. I told y'all shit, and I'm gonna keep saying this shit over the course of this weeks. That boxing track star era is over. Nobody ain't fucking with that shit. We ain't jacking that shit. You know what I mean? And we gotta be real with that shit, dog, for real. So that'll break me down to the next topic, man. Quick little topic, real quick. Um, as you know, as we see Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios happening July 19th, um, Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, the rematch, looks like it's going to be in August, most likely now. So that's the and I mentioned it the other day on the quick video that I dropped on my shorts the other day, where I said that the Tank Davis fight with Lamont Roach, the rematch, looks like it's going to be in August now, because like I said, PBC has a slew of free fights that they're about to deliver in these upcoming weeks going into the summer. And I want to say that Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is not a pay-per-view fight too. I think it's going to be free on Prime Video, so real interesting for that as well. Um, just the thought though, the f- I like the fight being in August because it still gives Tank time to possibly fight 3 times this year. You know what I mean? If he gets past Lamont Roach. So interesting to see. Of course, I seen Lamont Roach the other day. He was at the Washington hockey game the other day, drinking Coronas and shit. Hey, Lamont, man, just a little sample size. I've been reporting and talking about all of this shit, bro. I seen you in the gym last week, one little clip. I seen you in the gym. You was putting in some work, but I'm seeing you out partying. I'm seeing more interviews from you and your team and stuff. Like, I'm seeing a lot of shit outside of boxing, more so than you in the ring getting ready for this rematch, man. So I don't want to be the one. Your focus don't look there. That's just me. Your focus don't look right. Hopefully, I mean, you grown, you can have fun and stuff and do your thing and stuff and everything. But I'm just saying, that man Tank Davis is over there. He putting in work, and I'm saying, he getting ready for this rematch. So I would suggest you to get ready for this rematch, because I guarantee you that Tank Davis will not fight you the same way he did in that first fight. I guarantee you, it will not be the same. They're gonna they already know the team Tank already know the mistakes they made in the fight, and they already ready to correct them. And they're going to correct them in this rematch. So you better be ready to, go to war. You know what I'm saying? Like, better be ready for war, because no, Tank, he gonna be ready for this rematch for sure. Like, he's gonna be ready. And he will not fight you the same. He will not. So you better be ready to bring the fight to Tank. Cause you ain't gonna be able to just sit there and just wait for a Tank that to punch all night and just counter all night. Not gonna work. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole different game plan. Whole different game plan this time. So that was a quick little update for us, Tank and Roach right there. And crazy part, right before I came on here, um, I just seen Teofimo Lopez, of course, the man. He was live with his father the other day, and then he was working out, and he made a racial slur saying, asking, where you ninjas at, and of course, he went a little viral with it. Of course, us in the boxing community, we've been talking about it recently and everything, and of course, I mentioned last night, I reported that Brunch Boxing, they came out and reported that the WBO president mentioned that the WBO was going to have a meeting next week about Teofimo's racist remarks that he's recently had. And it goes on to today. Teofimo Lopez, he goes live on Instagram today, and he apologizes to the boxing fans and went on to say that um he's not going to make any more racist remarks anymore. But like, this is my thing. Like, I didn't like what he said 100% with this shit because um what made me not like it was he went back and tried to say like, oh well, a lot of these companies, they're not messing with me, they're straying away from me, they're not wanting to do business with me and stuff because of this. And then he gonna say, but they give everything all to the black fighters and stuff, and the black fighters get everything that they want. And like, he's doing the same thing he did 2-3 years ago, where he was mentioning all the black fighters, um they're getting all the praise and all, you know all the things that they need and want in boxing ahead of him. And like, he's still crying wolf over that shit, and I'm like, bro, you're doing this to yourself. If Tio, if you wasn't doing your racist remarks shit right now, bro, and you just fought and just focus 100% on boxing, we wouldn't even be talking about this. We wouldn't even be talking about this. Like, nobody don't want to hear you cry wolf, saying that the black fighters getting special treatment over you, bro. You're Spanish, bro. You're Spanish. Like, but at the same time, in particular situation, in particular, you're hurting yourself, bro. You is the one, your whole family, for real. And I mentioned last night, the whole Lopez family is racist, bro. We seen it from the pops to Teofimo Lopez Jr. to the sister getting into it with Bud Crawford and Team Haney last week. Like, the whole family racist. We understand that. Okay, we get past that. But you using racism to promote your brand, like, it's the dumbest thing you could ever fucking do, because all you're doing is hurting it at the end of the day. And we know racism is big in boxing, from all, colors and, of different races, around the world, as far as within boxing. 2 Cents Boxing salute says what's good. Everybody go subscribe to 2 Cents Boxing, man. That's family over there. That's family. One of the best boxing content creators in the game out here, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Far as Teofimo Lopez has to understand, if you wasn't, making your racist remarks, bro, then, and you just fought and focused on boxing, you wouldn't have no issues. You wouldn't have much to have these issues right now, because now you got the promoters, that you got shit, the WBO, the sanctioning body that you have a title under. They talking about having a whole meeting revolving around your racist remarks. And you're sitting there saying, oh, the black fighters is getting special treatment and stuff. No, the black fighters isn't sitting there all day calling, Spanish, dudes, racist remarks, or making white racist remarks on the white fighters. No, the black fighters isn't doing that. Like, name me a black fighter that's out there making racist remarks about, any of the other races in boxing. You know what I mean? I can't even think of one on the top of my head right now. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally the only one doing this shit. Like, live and direct in real time and on social media on a regular basis, bro. Has been a regular thing for you, doing racist shit for 2-3 years, which is, I said honestly, it got to the point to where I don't even give a fuck about it that much. I'm only talking about it in the aspect of the fact that you sitting there and you continue to cry wolf and say that the black fighters is getting special treatment, when you're the person that's hurting your brand. You're hurting yourself to get the special treatment that you want. You're hurting yourself to garner over $1 million. So we just heard you ain't even make over $1 million fighting on the card that you fought last week. You want to know why? Because it's the shit that you doing. You hurt your brand, T.O. having racist remarks on social media is not helping your brand. It's not helping you make more money in the future. Now you got Top Rank. Top Rank don't even care to deal with you. They was fine with you fighting on the Turkey Island Sheik card last week. Because all we got to do is take our promoter's fee off the top. They get to promote the card. We don't even got to invest in the card at all. And we good. They got to deal with that nutcase in Teofimo Lopez. That's how Top Rank looking at you. They valuing guys like Keyshawn Davis over you. They're valuing guys like Richard Torres over you. They're valuing guys like Abdullah Mason over you. They're valuing guys like Brian Norman Jr., which is they weren't even that high on Brian Norman Jr. before he beat Giovanni Santillan. They have a whole lot of other fighters that they're putting ahead of you right now on their stable. When right now it should have been you. You could have been the guy for Top Rank. But you burning your bridges with Todd the Buff because you last week we watched you last week after the fight. You went ahead and dissed Todd the Buff on on the platform on the stage right after the fight. So you burning your bridges with Top Rank. I mean, shit, you was just in a whole lawsuit with them, a few months ago. And of course, if Top Rank ain't fucking with you, just imagine if you a free agent. Who gonna fuck with Teofimo Lopez? PBC ain't. Shit, PBC might bring you over there for a fight just to get you whacked. Turkey Island Sheik don't give a fuck about you. Shit, Turkey Island Sheik, he trying to set you up with Boots. And we know, everybody named Mama know, you moving up to 147 fighting Boots Sanders is going to be a fucking problem. Like, Boots was probably going to murder you in that fight. So Turkey Island Sheik, he has the willingness to get you whacked. Eddie Hearn, he will try to get you whacked. These other promoters don't care for you like that. Because they seeing your situation, what you have with Top Rank, and they're looking at it like, man, I ain't fucking with dude. If I fuck with him, I'm just gonna get him whacked by one of my top guys. Then he out of there. That's how they looking at it. You burnt your bridges to Teofimo Lopez. It's on you. It's on you. You can't blame nobody else for your career being at the state it is of you not being a superstar in boxing, you know what I'm saying, on other people. It's on you. And you promoting racism the way that you do is not helping you. It's hurting you at the end of the day. That's all it is, man. No, Teofimo Lopez, you gotta wake up and smell the fucking coffee, bro. Now you sitting there saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna make no more racist remarks." You should have been stopped doing that shit 3 years ago. But you continue to do it. You continue to do it. And then you try to blame shit on Terrence Crawford and try to say, oh, Terrence Crawford, y'all don't see what Terrence Crawford do. He called my dad a drunk. What the fuck? Who cares, bro? I see, bro, it's people every day, everyday life, every day. You see out here that call somebody a fucking drunk, bro. Your pops, and be real, your pops act like he a fucking drunk. If you see how he act, Teofimo need to watch that video back and see how his pops was talking in the video. He was talking crazy in the video. Like he just rambling, just talking about just random shit and random people in boxing and stuff, and just saying fuck all of these guys, just dropping a whole bunch of cuss words on the video. It looked like you is a drunk. It looked like a Teofimo Lopez singer. It do. It just looked bad for the Lopez family in all shapes and forms of this whole situation. Like, and Teofimo, you're wasting your time promoting racism the way you doing it, bro. If you promoted it in a positive way, then you may not get the no, you won't get the feedback that you're getting. But you're getting the feedback that you're getting because you're literally out here dropping M bombs and you out here, going crazy on all the black fighters because you ain't getting your way in boxing when it's on you. Shit, look at your performances, bro. This shit trickled down to your performances. You been champion, of course, yeah, but you had inconsistent performances over your last 6, 7 fights. Let's be real. This shit trickled down to your performances to where we don't even know what fucking Teofimo Lopez we gonna get coming out each fight that he has. Yeah, you beat Arnold Barboza, but we knew you was gonna beat him. Be like, oh yeah, he should win that fight for sure. Like he should beat Honor Barboza. Like that's a fight that he should easily win. If he, you know what I'm saying, he do his thing, he 100% focused, he lock in, and he do what he do. Because Honor Barboza don't have the athletic ability to beat him. But in fights like Steve Claggett, fights like Sando Martin, fights like Jermaine Ortiz, fights like George Kambosos Jr., that you still making excuses about to this day. Like in those type of fights, we like who the fuck? What Teofimo Lopez? Where the Teofimo Lopez that fought Lomachenko and Josh Taylor? You know what I'm saying? And I keep hearing the Lopez, Teofimo's junior and senior. They keep talking about, oh, we beat Josh Taylor. Oh, we beat Lomachenko. Oh, we just made it look easy with Honor Barboza. But when y'all talk about the Kambosos fight, y'all have to give excuses. Oh, my lungs weren't right. I couldn't breathe right. My asthma and all of this. And just giving a whole million excuses as far as why I lost to shitty ass George Kambosos Jr. No man want to hear that shit, bro. That's why I be like this shit. Nobody don't be caring to hear you guys like that when y'all be talking this bullshit. Y'all just be talking bullshit, man. And but like I said, T.O., we'll see if you end up stopping your racist remarks. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sold on it. I'll be real. I'm not sold on it. I'm definitely not sold on it. But we'll see. But I think he noticing though that now with the WBO, with them, basically having a meeting about this whole racist remark situation with Teofimo Lopez. He trying to cover, he trying to get ahead of the steam of the whole situation by coming out saying, oh, I ain't gonna make any racist remarks. And you already told the world when Bud Crawford came and checked you and said, "Oh, it's all promo." It, it's just stupid, bro. It's lame and corny, man, and it just devalues your brand, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Just really devalues your brand. And let's get to the fight predictions real quick for these two cards tonight, man. Real quick, my boy Doobie's ring was supposed to be on with me today. I don't know where he at. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. Follow my dog Doobie's ring on all socials and stuff, man. He led with the boxing content for us, the highlights, interviews, etc. And I'm trying to get his YouTube together so we can get him going on YouTube for sure. But the YouTube channel is up though as well for my dog. But first card, man. Let's get to it. First card. Pro Box TV card tonight, man. Fire card. Definitely another fire card from these guys at Pro Box on TV. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they have 9 fights tonight on their card tonight. And of course, Harrison Lubin is main event this card against Ardrell Holmes Jr. And I'm gonna just run down the card a little bit just so people can get a little feel for who all on the card. Um, Alexander Rios Vega versus Will Mank. Kaneko. Um, Herbert Conceição Salza versus Rowdy Legend Montgomery. Jonas Sylvain versus Yo Jailer Martinez. You got Dominique Val versus Brandon Valdez. You got Levante Early versus Jorge De Jesus. And the 3 last fights. These the 3 fights that we're going to talk about for us this card real quick. The real Val Saint, man, prospect that's coming up through Pro Box TV. He fights at the 154-pound division. He's fighting this guy Rodolfo Orozco today. And the real Val Saint, 12-0, 10 knockouts. He's a southpaw. He last beat Steven Daniel by a knockout in January 2025 this year. He's 6'1". He's a southpaw I mentioned. And this guy Rodolfo Orozco, he's 33-4-3. He got 25 knockouts, so he got a little bit of power. He's an orthodox fighter. He last fought Conor Benn in September 2023, where he lost by unanimous decision. Um, Interesting fight for Darrell Valsaint in this one, man. I'm gonna take Darrell Valsaint personally. Um, Darrell Valsaint, he's the A side in this fight, and he's the guy that Pro Box TV they're pushing as one of their top prospects to where they're trying to push him into the championship contention. So I think he'll move on in this fight. Um, I think Valsaint wins by I say he get a stoppage, man. Rodolfo, the thing about him, he's been inactive and he hasn't fought since 2023. So he's almost 2 years removed from fighting. And you know, Darrell Valsaint has power, very athletic, got great IQ. His defense is sharp as well. So, Darrell Valsaint, I've been watching him on some of these Pro Box TV cards over the past year, and that boy been cooking, man. He's active. He's very active. So I got Darrell Valsaint. I'll take him by a stoppage in this fight. Probably in the mid rounds. I see in the mid rounds he get a stoppage over Rodolfo Orozco in this fight. And brings on to the next fight on the Pro Box TV card. Nicholas Flas versus Alan Sanchez in the 10-round welterweight fight, 147-pound division. Nicholas Flas, 14-2, 9 knockouts. Gotta note that he got knocked out twice in his career, though, by the way. He's an orthodox fighter. His last fight, he won by unanimous decision over Christian Gomez in November 2024. He's on a fight. He's on a 5-fight win streak right now. He's 5'9", and he's fighting Alan Sanchez, which is Alan Sanchez is 24-6-1. Alan Sanchez has 10 knockouts. He, just to note, he got knocked out twice, by the way, as well. He's an orthodox fighter. His last fight, he won by majority decision over Salvador Bracino in September 2024, and he's 5'11". 5'11". So he has the height advantage over him, but their reach is around the same. Of course, Nicholas Flas, he's a guy that if y'all paid attention, if y'all watch Pro Box TV cards that they have, Nicholas Flas has been on a lot of Pro Box TV cards in recent time, and he's their guy, and they're pushing him. This is a solid fight for him, step up fight. Both of these guys, Nicholas Flas don't have much power. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, he got a little pop though. He is, you know what I'm saying? He got a little pop. Um, Alan Sanchez, not much power from this fight. So from him, I'm gonna take Flash by decision in this fight. Especially, if it's a close decision, Flash is a Pro Box TV guy, so they're going to give him that decision for sure. But I go with Flash by decision for sure in this fight. I think Alan Sanchez don't have the power to stop Flash, and I don't think Flash is going to stop Alan Sanchez. I think it's a possibility though. It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Because Flash do got a little pop, like I said before, but I definitely take Flash by decision tonight. Angry White Man Boxing Podcast. Salute, man. Salute. Hey, everybody go subscribe to my brothers over there. Angry White Man Boxing Podcast. William Old School and D1, man. Some of the best boxing content creators in the game out here as well, man. My brothers, that's family. Uh, but yeah, I'm taking Nicholas Flash in this fight by decision tonight, man, over Alan Sanchez in that fight. And takes on to the main event fight, man, tonight. On Pro Box TV on YouTube, by the way. On YouTube tonight. Erickson Lubin, man, fighting Ardrell Holmes Jr. tonight, man. They main event in this card tonight. Um, I'm excited about this fight because Harrison Lubin, man, he been a little inactive, man. He ain't fought since 2023, since he fought Jesus Ramos, man. So I'm real interested to see what Harrison Lubin does in this fight in particular, man, for sure. Harrison Lubin, 26-2, 18 knockouts. Just a note, he got knocked out twice in his career. He's a southpaw. His last fight, like I just mentioned, he won by unanimous decision over Jesus Ramos in September 2023 in a close fight. 5'11", 74-inch reach. And then Ardrell Holmes Jr., 17-0, 6 knockouts. He's a southpaw. Um, Ardrell, he big right here, 6'2". He's 6'2". He has a 74.5-inch reach. And his last fight, he won by unanimous decision versus Edwin Humane in December 2024. So both he has more activity than Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin that took some time away from boxing. But now he's back. Hasn't fought since 2023. Real interesting to see this fight, man. Ardrell Holmes doesn't have much power. You know what I mean? And so I'm thinking honestly that he ain't gonna have power for Erickson Lubin to respect him. Remind you, Erickson Lubin is a guy that fought Jamil Charlo and then fought, Sebastian Fundora. You know what I mean? He done fought top guys at 154 for sure. Define Irony, my dog, man. Salute, 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 man. I'm gonna go with Anthony Cacase on that one, man. I'm gonna take him over Lee Wood on that one. That fight probably going on right now too. So that's why I'm trying to get through this shit because I ain't even get to my main shit yet. But Erickson Lubin, man, I don't think Ardrell Holmes has the power to to make Erickson Lubin to respect him. But he does have some little pop behind his shots for sure. If y'all watch Ardrell Holmes Jr., you know what I mean, skillful fighter. He's tall. This is going to be a difficult fight for Erickson Lubin because of the height, man. Even though Erickson Lubin, he's used to it. He's fought Sebastian Fundora. You know what I mean? He fought a guy that's 6'6". So far as the height difference shouldn't be much of a problem for Lubin, man. But my worries about Erickson Lubin in the fight is him fighting from 2020. He been inactive, man. He ain't fought in almost 2 years. So that's my worry about Lubin as far as how rusty is he going to be in this fight? Is he going to have a lot of rust into this fight tonight with Ardrell Holmes Jr., man? And I wonder is Erickson Lubin? I think he's still. I want to say Kevin Cunningham. They're still working together. I don't know if he has a new trainer or not, but I know they had a little situation where Lubin was possibly splitting from Kevin Cunningham as well. So that's interesting to kind of see in that fight too, because I didn't really see anything mentioning that. So I don't know if they're working together anymore. So I have to do some little homework before the fights come out tonight on that. But Erickson Lubin, I'm gonna take Erickson Lubin tonight, man. I'm gonna take him by um Erickson Lubin's powerful too, man. And he looked in good shape for us the weigh-in and everything last night. So I think I'm gonna take Erickson Lubin by a decision, man. I'm gonna be safe and take him by decision in this fight. But I think this Erickson Lubin versus Ardrell Holmes Jr. is going to be a good fight tonight. I think it's going to be a good fight, man. So everybody, make sure y'all check out these two guys fight tonight on Pro Box TV. I think the card starts. What time does this card gonna start? Let me see. I just had it to my boys, to my dogs. Uh, Fight card starts tonight at 4:30. It's about to start in a couple of hours up there in Florida. So 4:30 starts. So we'll see these fights in a couple of hours. And brings on to the other fight card that I want to get into real quick, get some predictions. Only 3 fights that I'm gonna talk about real quick in this fight card. Um, Top Rank got a card tonight. The prelim starts at 5:30 on ESPN Plus, and then the main card starts after that on regular ESPN. Of course, the main event is Emilio Navarrete versus Charlie Suarez. But 3 fights I'm gonna mention, I'm gonna talk about the main card last, the main fight. Um, Sebastian Hernandez versus Azad. I ain't gonna remember that. Alan Garcia's on the card. Albert Gonzalez is on the card. But one fight I'm gonna talk about: Giovanni Santillan fighting Angel Beltran on this card. Of course, Giovanni Santillan, he's the guy that lost to Brian Norman Jr. last year. He's fighting on this card on the prelims, trying to get his, get back right. He's Giovanni Santilli. He's 33-1 with 18 knockouts. Got knocked out once. He's a southpaw, 5'8". Last fight, he retired this guy Frederick Lawson on his stool in December 2024. But before that, he got knocked out by Brian Norman Jr. in May 2024 last year. And now Brian Norman Jr. He's obviously the champion for the WBO in the 147-pound division. And Angel Beltran, 18-2, 11 knockouts. He done got knocked out once in his career. He's a southpaw as well. Last fight got knocked out by he got a knockout win over Jose Velarde in March early this year in 2025. He's 5'10". So interesting fight between these two guys right here. This is a little step up fight, a little bit, you know what I'm saying, from Giovanni Santilli's last fight that he had with Frederick Dawson. Gonna be a tough fight, man. Like I'm gonna edge. I'm gonna take Giovanni in this fight with the win because his experience and he's the ace out in this fight. If it goes to decision, Giovanni's going to get the decision, of course, because he's top ranked guy. And you know, uh, could it be a knockout in this fight, man? It could be from somebody. It could be some. I think this is going to be a great fight right here. Giovanni Santilli versus Angel Beltran. I mark my words. Tonight on Top Rank, this fight will be a good fight between Giovanni Santillian versus Angel Beltran. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great fight tonight, man. So everybody tune into this fight. I don't really have no real prediction on who's going to win this fight. I would lean Santillian, maybe by decision in this fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see a stoppage happen between either guy for real. You know what I mean? I was lean more Santillia getting more the knockout, more than Angel Beltran. But me personally, I got Giovanni winning this fight tonight, man. I'm a lean by decision. But if y'all got Giovanni with the knockout, I'm not even mad at it at all, man, for sure. But this fight, that's a fight that's the watch out right there. That could possibly be a big banger alert fight right there tonight on this top rank card tonight. And it takes me into the co-main event fight that we're closely going to be watching tonight for the 135-pound division tonight. Raymond Muratalla versus Zar Abdullah. Raymond Muratalla, 22-0, 17 knockouts, orthodox fighter, 5'8". Last fight just beat Jesus Campos by knockout in November 2024. Little reminder, Raymond Muratalla, he fought Tevin Farmer last year in August and he won by unanimous decision, but a lot of people felt that was a little iffy fight, man. That was a little iffy fight, man, on that behalf, man, for sure from Raymond in that fight. And but he came back out and got the knockout over Jesus Campos later that year, last year. And he looked sharp in that fight. He looked good, looked real good. And he's fighting this guy, Zabzar Abdullah, man. Abdullah, tough fighter, tough fighter, tough fighter for it. And this is a definitely a step up fight for sure. For Raymond Muratalla. Abdullah, 20-1, 12 knockouts. His last fight just fought Juan Carrasco in October 2024. He got a knockout win in the 12th round over him. And that was a tough fight for him. So this fight right here, this is going to be a banger alert. I got this on CamJNetwork, banger alert right now. This right here, Muratalla, Abdullah, whatever his name is. I know I jacked his name, but this fight gonna be a banger for sure. Like, gonna be a banger. Like, I'm real excited about this fight tonight, man. And they're fighting for an interim IBF title for the 135-pound division. And it kind of carries into Lomachenko because Lomachenko is the regular champion. Lomachenko, I know Bomb Arum and Top Rank, they've been mentioning some people feel that Lomachenko may not come back. He's just Kilmus. He's been on record saying that, Lomachenko may come back later this year. They're just trying to see how his health is and everything. So Real interesting to see how that plays out. Cause if Lomachenko come back, would Top Rank make him fight the winner of who fights this fight? No, because the IBF, they probably would go ahead and mandate that fight because that IBF belt is being inactive right now because Lomachenko's not fighting. So somebody gotta be champion. Somebody gotta be defending that title. You know what I mean? And Muratalla and Abdullah, for sure, define irony, man. Hey, it might steal the show. It might steal the show for real. And I really think the winner of this fight, they should either be, they're fighting for the interim, so they'll obviously be, the mandatory for Lomachenko. Lomachenko, if you ain't gonna fight, then you got to move out the way, bro. Vacate the title, bro, and let whoever win this fight tonight, let them run and do their thing. Like, let them run and do their thing, bro. You can't sit there and just be hogging the title, bro. Like, we want to see champions active. We don't want to see champions just sit there and just be on the sideline and watch everybody else fight and hold on to their title and just want to fight when they want to fight. That's not how this shit works, bro. It's not. You know what I'm saying? We're not jacking that shit. Like, we're not, especially over here on CamJNetwork on Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk. We're not jacking that over here. You know what I mean? But in this fight in particular, man, um, uh, Raymond Muratalla, man, I really I'm going to take him in this fight, but this is a tough fight. This is a 50-50 fight. And I don't really have no true winner in this fight in particular. But if I was to lean, I would lean Raymond because Raymond, he is the A side. He is Top Ranks guy. So if it goes to decision, of course, if it's close, they're going to give it to Raymond Muratalla because they want him to move on and they want to keep pushing him to move on. But it's real interesting to see Robert Garcia how they move with Muratalla in this fight. You know what I mean? This is going to be a tough fight, and I'm really can't wait to see this one. This is going to be a banger right here. But I don't have no true winner in this fight, man, because Abdullah, he a tough motherfucker. He gonna come to fight. He got power, man. So this gonna be a banger right here. CamJNetwork banger alert tonight on this fight. Muratalla versus Abdullah tonight. Banger alert right there, man. And it takes on to the main event fight, man. Emilio Navarrete versus Charlie Suarez right here. And I ain't gonna lie, this is another banger alert too. I think we gonna get a brawl in this fight. Just looking at the styles of both guys, how they both fight, bro. We're gonna get a brawl. But looking at Emilio Navarrete yesterday, that weighing in 3 times just to make 130, didn't sit right with me. I gotta be real. I gotta be real. That shit didn't sit right with me, bro, a little bit. You wanna know why? Because it made me immediately think about how he fought in the Berinchek fight last year. Immediately. Because I'm like, you stretching to make 130 now. And we seen how you fought at 135. You was against that ass Denise Berinchek. You was ass at 135. So I don't think Navarrete would be good enough to beat a lot of those guys at 135 that's top in that division. Like 130 is your bread and butter. And if you can't beat no guys at 130, I mean, if you can't make weight at 130 and you about to campaign at 135, it's gonna be slow. Motherfucking Navarrete gonna he gonna go up to 135 and fuck around and get his ass smoked like a pack of cools. For real, like dead ass, bro, like for real. But just to run down, Emilio Navarrete, 39-2-1, 32 knockouts, orthodox fighter, 5'7", 72-inch reach. Last fight he knocked out Oscar Valdez in December 2024. Just a quick reminder, he did lose to Denise Berinchek in May 2024, and that fight was at the 135-pound division. That was fighting for that vacant, WBO title. And then Denise Berinchek, he won the fight, and then he ended up fighting Keyshawn Davis. Then bam, Keyshawn Davis got an easy title shot to fight Denise Berinchek. Easy title, easy grab and go. And Keyshawn Davis the champion at 135 pounds for the WBO. But Emmanuel Navarrete, he's fighting Charlie Suarez tonight. Charlie Suarez is 18-0, 10 knockouts, orthodox fighter, 5'6", 74-inch reach. His reach is longer than Navarrete's by 2 inches. His last fight, he won by knockout against Jorge Castaneda in September 2024. And y'all see this guy, Charlie Suarez, man, he's a tough guy from the Philippines. Throw a lot of punches and bunches. Wants to put pain on you. Wants to bring pain to you. So, and both of the styles of both guys, both slugfest type guys, provides an automatic banger. Automatic banger, bro. Facts, divine irony, gonna be exactly like that. Like Pitbull versus Ferrero, bro. Gonna be a big slugfest, a big brawl. They just gonna be throwing hella punches and bunches. This fight, I was thinking before I came on for the show today, I was like, do I think this fight gonna go 12? I'm like, fuck no, it can't be. Not the way both of these guys both apply pressure on they ops and they gonna be in the ring together applying pressure on each other. This fight ain't going 12. Somebody getting stopped in this fight. And that's why I don't have no pure prediction on who gonna win this fight, because you see that guy Charlie Suarez, he goes to, you see his body attack game. He a bad motherfucker going to that body. I didn't see him put pain going to that body on these guys watching him. And Emmanuel Navarrete, he has a real awkward style where he be all over the place, but he's throwing punches and bunches. And Emmanuel Navarrete, he finds ways to get the job done. You know what I mean? And this fight, it's going to be, who's going to have, the better ring generalship in this fight. Who's going to have the better ring generalship in this fight, for real? Who's going to, be able to, literally be able to set the better traps on each other. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to have the sharper defense in this fight? You know what I mean? Because, a lot of these fights where, it's big firefights that, for a potential fight like this, like, somebody got to have some sharp defense somewhere in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And, that's the question. Who's going to have the sharper defense in this fight? My boy Defiant, to be honest, I didn't think it was possible that Bacoli versus the Jogba would go distance, and it went, so anything is possible. Facts, bro. It's facts. I just don't, this one, I don't see it, bro. Because the thing with Ajagba and Bacoli, Ajagba started running away from contact from Bacoli after a while. You know what I'm saying? Bacoli was trying to fight on the inside. Ajagba made sure he stayed on the outside and not fight a firefight on the outside. No, I mean on the inside with Bacoli. You know what I mean? Now this fight, both of these guys, they just right at each other. Ain't no backing down, backing up, running them, trying to have some sweet science, none of that shit. Nah, they coming full steam ahead right at each other. It's gonna be a crazy collision tonight between these two guys, man. And this is what we here for. We here for boxing, for guys to get it cracking, not run like they are running backing. This ain't for that. Like, this ain't that. This ain't football, bro. This is boxing, bro. Y'all guys are not Barry Sanders. Y'all guys are not motherfucking Jameer Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all guys are no fucking Travion Henderson. You know what I'm saying? This is not that. You know what I mean? This is boxing. You know what I mean? Come to reality. This is boxing. We're not here to watch no damn Usain Bolts out here. We're not here for that. We're here to see some pain. We want to see some blood, sweat, and tears out there. That's what we're here for in boxing, for sure. And we're gonna get that in this fight with Navarrete and Suarez. I promise you. It's gonna be a bona fide banger in this fight for sure. And I don't have no winner in this fight, man. I don't got no prediction in this one, bro. I gotta be real. I ain't got no winner in this one, man. But I'm gonna definitely take I would edge Navarrete if it goes to the decision, though. If it goes to the decision, of course, Navarrete, top ranked guy, A side, he'll get the edge for the decision for sure. You know what I mean? Just something just to read between, the lines, read the room, and notice that, a lot of the, these promotional companies, their A sides, if there's close fights for their A side guys, they're going to give them the edge. That's just how boxing has been over, 100+ years. Always been that way. Not going to change anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? But takes me into the main topic, man. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask y'all let me know in the comments about the question. Do y'all think Bud Crawford think Canelo Alvarez is food right now, leading up, going into their September 12th fight coming up in Los Angeles, man? Is Canelo food for Bud Crawford, man? And the reason why I posed to ask the question was, my thought in the process was looking how Canelo looked last Saturday. Like, Canelo didn't look good, man. He looked old out there. He looked like he regressing. Looked slow footed out there. You know what I mean? Um, I don't even want to question his passion, because Canelo definitely has passion for the game. You know what I mean? I don't question his passion for the game at all. But I don't think the hunger obviously is not there for Canelo as it was, in the previous past. I mean, just look at the selective, fights that he's been having, over the past 3 years. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting guys to challenge him. He's not. And that's just the honest to God truth. You know what I mean? And the crazy part, I like Canelo, but he's made me not like how he moves. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, how he moves. He's literally, you know, going straying away from the top guys in his division and fighting guys that's on the come up, or guys that's not in his division. I mean, or guys that was out of their prime. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo hasn't had a knockout since 2021, since he knocked out Caleb Plant. I mean, we haven't, no, the fights, it's always exciting to see Canelo fight. Don't get me wrong. Like, no, it's exciting to see him fight, because we know Canelo's going to come out there and actually perform and try to fight. You know what I'm saying? He's not running around the ring and shit like he Diddy and shit. You know what I mean? He fucking fights. So it's always good to see Canelo fight, and he does bring revenue to the sport. But at the same time, I'm thinking Canelo, and I've been looking at him over the past 2 years. Ever since I seen him fight John Ryder, that's when it kind of clicked in my head, where I'm like, okay, I think Canelo losing a step or two. And that's probably partially the reason why he's choosing the fights that he's choosing, especially, straying away from the David Benavidez fight. I'm on record. I don't like, and this is me being honest. I know a lot of the Bud Crawford fans like this fight. I know some of the Canelo fans like this fight, but just me being honest myself, I personally don't like this fight. I don't like it. I ain't saying it because I mean, I'm a fan of Bud Crawford. I don't like when he lies and contradict himself, like, a lot of these his counterparts, as far as his little brothers. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I don't be liking that shit, but same time, I respect Bud a lot, and I am a fan of Bud. I like Bud. I like him, but he do be doing some weird shit. But in general, um, Bud has always been very strategic with the fights that he takes. He's always been strategic with the fights he takes. And I'm sitting there looking at this fight like, okay, I'm looking at how Bernie the Boxer talking. I'm looking how Bo Mac talking leading up into this fight. I'm looking, at a lot of people that's, surrounded, that's fans of Bud Crawford, talking about this fight. And I'm like, Bo Mac is a smart dude. If y'all pay attention to Bo Mac, how he analyzes, the ops, like, whoever his fighter is fighting, like, how he game plan, like, their team is very strategic with how they move, and they move very well. And I think they see, and they saying it clear as daylight, man. They know Canelo gonna come and gonna be a good fight, but they very confident that they gonna beat Canelo Alvarez. They're very confident. Very. Shit, Bernie the boxer, he the one that's on record. He out there saying that he think he gonna stop him. And I'm like, shit. I mean, I've been the guy over the past weeks. If y'all, watch the channel and y'all seen videos and seen me speak on this fight, I'm the guy that said I just don't see Bud beating Canelo because of the weight. Like the weight, man. He's literally really moving up 3 weight classes because Bud Crawford only fought at 154 once. You know what I mean? So he's really moving up 3 weight classes, technically. I mean, technically 2, but in reality, really 3, because he only fought once at 154. So he's fighting at 168 for the first time ever, and he's fighting a guy that's a natural 168-pound guy. Now, I know people looked at them facing off last week, and they was like, "Damn, Bud look bigger than Canelo." Yes, he's taller than Canelo, but far as like the muscle mass, the like that power, that strength within the body, it's not the same because they don't fight in the same weight class. And that's the difference. You know what I mean? Fighting at 147 and 154 is totally different fighting at 168. The punches is harder. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is different in these weight classes. It's different. The Ring Walk Boxing Podcast. Bud gonna bring the fight to Canelo, so that would make it a good fight. Opponents like Skull and smaller Charlo was born because they feared Canelo's power. Now that's the thing. My thing is, what if Canelo he hits Bud with some shots to where they feel different compared to the shots that Bud took at 147? You know what I mean? Like, Bud hasn't fought anybody at 168 like in a real actual match and felt the power of a 168-pound fighter. Sparring is different. It's totally different. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? You got 16-ounce gloves on with headgear on. Definitely not the same in this capacity at all for this particular fight. You know what I mean? I'm wondering how well is Bud Crawford going to deal with Canelo's power at 168 because he's never dealt with the power from a 168-pound fighter ever. And the shit is different. But then what makes a lot of people now looking at Bud, being able to win this fight is the performance that Canelo put on last week. Canelo, he looked slow-footed out there, couldn't cut off the ring. And one thing I've always been on record saying, Canelo is one of the best at cutting off rings, one of the best. And he couldn't cut the ring off at all with William Skull last week. Granted, William Skull, he was out that bitch running like he was motherfucking Najee Harris out there and shit. You know what I mean? Granted, he running around, you know what I'm saying, not putting up a fight. And it's laughable for William Skull to say, "Oh, if me and Canelo had the rematch, I'd knock Canelo out." Bitch, you're not getting no fucking chance no more. You don't deserve no rematch. Bitch, you go do away. You got your little bread from fight Canelo, bro. Go and do something else. Go do something with your bread. We ain't talking about you no more. You're a non-fucking factor after we seen that pussy ass fight you had last week. We don't care about it. So, but in general, Bud, we know Bud is definitely gonna bring the fight. He's definitely gonna fight. My thing is, what he gonna do when he actually feel that power from Canelo at 168? You know what I mean? How's Bud going to deal with his weight cut and how he's dealing with the weight going in leading up into this fight, man? Like, I've been like a seesaw for us this fight. Pause. Just back and forth, trying to think of who I think gonna win this fight, and I just don't know. It's gonna be a lot of talk from me leading up to this fight. I already understand that, and that's why I won't have no definite answer on who gonna win this fight up until fight night, honestly. But we're gonna talk about the build up and everything on leading up to this fight. The whole journey leading up for sure. But in general, bro, it's just I got so many different questions for us this particular fight on what can happen in this particular fight. Canelo, of course, I feel like he's regressing. I Like I said over the years, I felt like The reason why Canelo's fighting the guys that he's fighting is because talent-wise he's regressing. And of course, he don't want to be tricked out of his top spot. He want to be the top dog. He wants to end his career on a winning note. That's what he wants to do. And you look at how he choosing his fights, it's very obvious that Canelo's choosing his fights very wisely. Jag Queen Boxing, sis. Salute, salute. Everybody go subscribe to Jag Queen Boxing, man. That's my sister, that's family. She putting in crazy work over there right now, man. I see you, sis, man. I see you, and I love seeing it, man. Keep putting that work in. Everybody sub up to my sis, man. Jag Queen Boxing, man. That's family for sure. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, 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 Bean. I'm real back and forth on it, bro. I don't know. It's so many variables between Bud and Canelo on who gonna win this fight. Like it's so many variables. But me personally, me seeing the confidence from Team Crawford with them being so confident, it make me think like they over there thinking Canelo food, especially how he's seen, you know what I'm saying, how he seen what's the name it, you know what I'm saying, how he seen Canelo last week. Jag Queen Boxing. He said Jag Queen Boxing will be live either tonight before the fights or after. But pull up. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up, sis, for sure. You already know I'm in the building for sure. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, man, because I'm in a big content bag today. So I'm like, I got a hell of shit I'm working today. So I'm doing a lot of shit today. So I may do like a little, like, watch the fight live, that Navarrete and Suarez. I may watch that live tonight on some little watch party shit, just on some shit, and kind of go over that fight. But I usually sit back and I'll be watching KQKC, man, the OG, man. I be watching him commentate the fights majority, you know what I'm saying? I don't even be listening to the announcers half of the time. I listen to him, but I don't be listening to him that much though, but I'll probably be checking out KQKC. KQKC Boxing Network. He be calling the fights, man. One of the best commentators on YouTube for us calling fights, man, and boxing. So everybody tap in with him because he definitely will be watching and commentating the fights tonight. Going on for the top rank card on KQKC Boxing Network, man. Salute to the OG, man, for sure. That's family for sure. But yeah, and Jag Queen Boxing, make sure y'all tap in with her. Pay attention to her channel, man. Subscribe to her. Pay attention to her channel. She gonna be live tonight as well, man. So tap in with family, man. We always supporting our family. Ringwald Boxing Podcast. They'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. every Sunday. You know what I mean? That's family. Gotta shout them out as well. You know what I mean? Like we working, man. We all family, so we all gonna support each other and all gonna build. We all building over here. We all trying to make each other be the best at this shit for sure. But back to Bud Crawford in particular though. Bud Crawford, Tim Crawford, I feel like they think shit's sweet a little bit, man. Because they seen that performance Canelo put on last week, and they over there licking their wounds over there. You see how excited Bud Crawford was when Turkey called him to the ring? That boy jumped up. He was cheesing and shit. Like, he was happy as hell. Couldn't wait to get up in that ring and do that face off with Canelo. Still bothered by the you know what I'm saying, the locked in hands from Turkey Al-Sheikh and Bud Crawford. A little different, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's their thing. That is what it is. Turkey got ring car boys and shit, and just nasty as hell. Just nasty work. Just real nasty work. Ring Wild Boxing Podcast. I feel Bud special for his IQ. Bomac too. I don't believe Bud will buy too much into Canelo we seen versus Skull. They're preparing for the Canelo to show up. I believe that too. I don't think they're taking so much into the account of how he looked versus Skull. I think they're looking at the overall landscape of all the fights that Canelo has had in the recent couple of years. You know what I mean? Canelo, he's not stopping shit anymore. He ain't stopping nobody no more, bro. Like, bro, we're in 2025. He ain't stopped anybody since Caleb playing in 2021, like I said. And Bud Crawford in his last fight, look what he did with Madrimov. He stopped everybody when he was at 147. Stopped everybody at 147. gets up there, fights Madrimov in his first fight at 154, and he struggled in that fight. Had to grind and get that win in them championship rounds in that fight with Madrimov. And this was against a guy, Madrimov, that right now just coming off a loss, losing to Virgil Ortiz. Got beat up bad by Virgil Ortiz. And I just like, man, that fight at 154 with Madrimov, and me personally, I look at Canelo. Canelo look better than Madrimov than me. I think Canelo's a better fighter than Madrimov any fucking day. So that's not even up for debate. Who's the better fighter between Canelo and Israel Madrimov? It's not even up for debate for that. So I gotta give a little bit of account of I'm looking at Bud in that fight like, all right, your last fight, yeah, you was cool. You got the win, but it wasn't satisfying to where it gave me confidence to where I'm looking at, oh, Bud gonna easily beat Canelo moving up three weight classes to fight Canelo at 168. It didn't give me ease for that. But looking at Canelo's last fight last week, I'm like, I don't know. It's in the air. Canelo look he looked worse in that fight with William Skull than he did in his two fights last year with Manguia and Berlanga. Even though Manguia and Berlanga, both of them guys, they actually did come to fight Canelo. William Skull didn't. And we know Bud Crawford, he gonna bring the fight. I think he's gonna fight. I think he's gonna fight with I think he's gonna definitely fight Canelo. It's just how long is this going to sustain? Is he going to be able to sustain that power that Canelo bringing at 168? Because no, Bud Crawford hasn't fought at 168 ever in his life. We ain't seen it. Facts, Jack Queen Bossy, happy as a kid in the candy store. Facts. Like, and no, Bud is excited for this fight. I think they got the one up on Canelo in this fight of a reason why they're choosing this fight in particular. Like, I think they do. They think they got the one up on him, and they like, oh man, we can beat this dude Canelo. Like, he's slow footed out there, man. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? We can beat Canelo. They believe in it. They're very confident. They're very confident. And I'm seeing it. And then I'm seeing a lot of boxing analysts. I'm seeing a lot of different fighters. The contemporaries. A lot of these guys are starting to pick Bud Crawford even more now after seeing Canelo's performance now. You know what I mean? We could just probably be a prisoner of the moment. But like I said before, Canelo, I think he's going to be ready for this Bud Crawford fight. He's going to be ready for whatever because he ain't going to have to chase Bud Crawford around unless Bud Crawford gets scared and end up running. You know what I mean? Like that, if he end up tucking his tail, I would be highly pissed if I see Bud Crawford run from Canelo in this fight because I would be like, nah, motherfucker, you wanted this fight. You begged for this fight. Your ass been pressing for this fight. You know what I'm saying? More than fighting the other guys at 154 that would be more competitive and more better fights, in my opinion. Because I'm a believer, fight in your weight class. Fight in your weight classes. Weight classes for a reason. I'm a true believer in that. Ring Walk Boxing Podcast. Agreed, Canelo better, but Canelo beats easier to hit. Canelo not the slickest with his footwork. Madrimov, on other hand, bouncy and has a weird style, but he's moving, so I'm sure Crawford struggled to figure him out. And then Jack Queen Boxing, or at least they think they do this is going to be interesting for sure. Facts. Yeah, I think they own to something. That's why I think they fool. I think they think Canelo fool for real. Cause they licking their wounds. They looking at that performance. They like, man, we can beat this motherfucker, man. He getting washed up. He getting old out there. And we know he over there drinking, eating tacos and shit. We can beat this motherfucker. They confident. You know what I mean? Like they really confident. I see it. I see it in them. Of course, when you get Bernie the Box, I mean, Bernie Box will be saying some wild shit all the time, but you get Bernie the Boxer on there and he get to, talking like, oh man, we gonna stop Canelo and shit. Like, I mean, sometimes it'd be cool hearing that shit, but I look at the extra demeanor, the extra emphasis behind what some of these guys and how they say these things. And I'm like, they real confident. They think Canelo sweet over there. Canelo, you better be on your shit, boy. Now, my question too, though, who who would Turkey favor if this fight goes if it goes to decision? Who is he gonna favor? Is he gonna favor Canelo because he got a whole 4-fight deal with Canelo and he's investing in Canelo heavily right now? Or he gonna fuck with Bud Crawford, his guy that was like one of his first ambassadors and rocking with him heavy? Like, who would he give a close decision to if it came down to a close decision? That's a good question. Now, I'm even trying to, even think about that. Like, I would assume it would be Canelo, but I don't know. No, Canelo, Turkey's he a different motherfucker, man. Like, he a motherfucker that, like I said, he's very egotistic, and he a motherfucker like he remember that shit Canelo did. He gave him a little hard time just to work with him and shit. You know what I mean? No, Turkey, he'll backdoor you quick, man. He a snake. He's a pure snake, and he'll backdoor you quick. Especially if you feel like you ain't in favor or have his best interest. Turkey will backdoor you. He will. Like, he'll clearly get over on you for sure. And it's just so many variables, like I said, man, within this fight to where I'm just back and forth. I don't know who gonna win this one for real. Like Canelo, his performance that made it. He done made me think of that. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, I got Bud winning this fight clear now. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaning it. I'm leaning Bud, but then I'm like, shit, I don't know. I'm still iffy on the weight. I don't know if that weight is going to do well for Bud in this fight. So that's why I say it's so many different variables to where it makes it an interesting fight to watch. Now, is the fight, the best fight smoking right now than boxing? No, it's not. That near and Turkey Island Sheik got to stop this shit, bro. Stop making these cards and stop saying that every card is the best fight card in the sense you're the best fight in history. Like, stop saying that shit, bro. That shit get old because we keep seeing these other fights just flop. So there's no purpose to continue to just keep saying that shit, bro. Because these cards are not the best in history. Last week, what we seen was the worst in fucking history in boxing last Friday and Saturday. Was the worst. So I would do away from speaking all of this. Oh, this is the best fight card in history. This gonna be the best fight card in the century. Like, bro, stop saying that bullshit, bro. We ain't jacking that, and we ain't believing that over here on CamJNetwork. We ain't believing that bullshit. Like, you wasting your damn time promoting like that, bro. Cause it don't help you. It don't all it does is when your shit flop, I come on here the next day and I talk about how bad the event was and how bad it flopped and how bad that it wasn't the best card in history as Turkey Al Sheik and his team, the so-called city, was gonna be. That's what I have to do. Like, that's what I end up having to do. When your shit flop and not go according to plan, how you planned it, I come on here on CamJNetwork YouTube channel on all my platforms on all my socials, and I go in there and get to cook your event because your shit was ass. That's how this goes. Like, that's how this goes. So I advise Turkey LC, stop saying all of these cars is the best in history, the best in the century, because it don't end up ever being that, and they all end up flopping, and it all be a waste of time of you mentioning your events in that particular manner, man. You know what I'm saying? But I am interested to see the undercard for this fight. You know what I mean? Me personally, man, I mentioned it last night on the show last night. Hey, Devin, Ryan, put them motherfuckers on this undercard. Make them the co-main event. Turkey, put Ryan and Devin on the co-main event for Canelo and Bud in LA. Don't have them fight that rematch in motherfucking Saudi Arabia, bro. We just seen Canelo last week in Saudi Arabia, and nobody didn't give a fuck about them fights out there, bro. They never give a fuck about them fights out there. Just the fact of the matter. You know what I mean? Put Devin and Ryan Garcia rematch on the undercard to Canelo versus Bud Crawford. But one thing that made me think about this undercard is how expensive is Turkey Al Sheik paying Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford for the fight. Like how much these two guys getting just within that one fight? Because if they getting so much money, we know that undercard gonna end up being ass. Just the fact of the matter. All the money is into the main event to where we can't even get a good undercard. You know what I mean? Which is, I mean, hopefully they do put it together. He got the money, so he should be able to put together a solid undercard under, Canelo. All you need is 4 fights, Turkey. You don't need no damn 6, 8 undercard fights where we're just, watching fights throughout the duration of a damn Saturday, bro. This fight, remember, this is in September. Remember, college football season is in play. Matter of fact, I think that fight's on a Friday night, by the way. So definitely different. But like I said, remember, college football season in play. High school football is in play. Bro, a lot of people's paying attention to these other things that's happening on. You know what I'm saying? When football season in play, shit, boxing a little limited. So you gotta be conscious of, what you're doing on that shit. But definitely interesting, man. We're gonna be building up and talking about this fight leading up for sure. Um, got more content on the way. A lot of videos, a lot of different shit, man. Like a lot of I got different shows in the work and stuff, bro. Just got so much going on, man. So we gonna keep working. We gonna keep going at it, man. Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Make sure y'all like and comment on the replay. Like and comment if y'all watch this on the replay. And make sure y'all subscribe to CamJNetwork and subscribe to all the channels that I named today. Jag Queen Boxing, Ringwall Boxing Podcast, 2 Cents Boxing, Angry White Man Boxing Podcast. I mean, support the family, man. Support, the peoples that we rocking with, we support y'all, support us, we out here working hard, putting on this content on a daily basis, man. So rock with us for sure. This was a great one, man. Tune into the fights, man. Tonight, Erickson Lubin versus um uh, Ardrell Holmes Jr. on Pro Box TV. That card is about to start at 4:30. And as well, Manuel Navarrete versus Charlie Suarez tonight. They fighting tonight. I think they'll probably be going on probably around 10 o'clock. But the prelims for Top Rank, their card starts at 5:30 on ESPN Plus. So we got fights today, man. Everybody tap in. Jag Queen Boxing gonna be live tonight. KQKC, he gonna be calling the Manuel Navarrete and Charlie Suarez fight. So make sure y'all subscribe to KQKC Boxing channel and tune into his fight commentary tonight as well for the Navarrete and Suarez fight. And we out of here, man. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk. Like I said, the boxing track star era, that shit over with, man. We ain't dealing with them soft, goofy, clown ass fighters, man. Hey, man, we want bangers. We want to see blood, sweat, and tears. We want to see your heart out there in the ring out there, man. None of that soft ass boxing shit you did. All bangers. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all talk. No bark. We want bangers. We out of here. Holla back.